Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Happy Hustle Show. It is Thursday, the 1st of April. Seriously, where did the first quarter of the year go? I don't know. If the years keep speeding up like this, it's getting a bit scary. But yeah, we are first quarter down. How has your side hustle got on over the first 3 months, if you've been going for that long? Time to do a bit of a review, really, and to look at what has worked for you. What are you going to do more of? What are you going to keep going into the second quarter? And what have you tried that hasn't worked? Hi, Cassie. Because it's important to sit back and reflect every so often and go, okay, you only have a certain amount of time that you can allocate to your side hustle. So what is the best way to spend that time? So what is working well for you and what is not working so well for you? What else can you add into the mix? So I'm an absolute proponent of trying new things, particularly around mindset and marketing. But have a look at the things that you're already doing. Hi, Karen. And work out which of those are still useful to continue, or which could be bumped out to free up a little bit more time for the new thing. So for those of you in the Hive, we have just launched Pinterest month. We are talking about Pinterest. Last month we did Instagram, and I'll talk about this later in the Hive tonight. But for those of you just kind of listening on the Happy Hustle show, one thing that I'm absolutely getting the sense of is there are an overwhelming number of things that you could do to promote your side hustle, and you don't need to do all of the things. You don't need to do all of the things, but it is useful to try all of the things and then decide which of the things bring you joy. That way. It's always back. I need to remember it's always backwards. Joy. And which of the things bring you eyes on your side hustle, bring you sales ultimately. And those are the things then you need to be time blocking and that you need to be doing. But today, so I just wanted to tell you that because we are at the end of the third quarter, and that's an exercise that I'm going to be doing this afternoon. It's just a bit of a review on what's working and what could be added in for the next quarter. But I just want to talk to you about collaboration. So I've just done an excellent collaboration with the Pinterest expert that some of you have just witnessed in the Hive. And it just feels really good. So as a side hustler, whatever your side hustle is, you've got your strengths and you've got your talents, and you are there to deliver something for your customer, be that a product or a service. But there will be some things that you're not necessarily expert in, or that you don't want to become expert in because they don't necessarily bring you joy. And that's where a collaboration works brilliantly. So if we take a product-based business, so again, probably the easiest thing to do is talk about my own business. I am great and I really enjoy making hand-stamped jewelry. But in terms of the packaging and the just even things like the labeling for it, like the gift bags, like I don't want to I could make all of that. I don't want to. I'd rather just get that from another crafter. So for example, one of the things that I make in my Theta jewelry is hi Karen. What, Karen, why are you oh, you're tagging, that's what it is, you're tagging Nicola. I'm like, why have you put Nicola's name? But I've worked it out. You threw me there. So yeah, one of the things that I make in my Theta jewelry business is I make a Christmas Eve box, and it's just a beautiful box. And inside it there is, so I make a bell that has, like a name on it, like a sort of believe bell, though I can't really call it that because of the kind of association with Polar Express. So that's trademark issues. But anyway, a bell, like a Christmas bell, you can call it that. There is a Santa key inside there. There is some reindeer dust. There is a chalk Christmas tree decoration with a piece of chalk that you can kind of write on it, like count down the days to Christmas. There's something else in it. Personalized Christmas tree decoration, right? So out of that, I looked at and I thought, right, these are the things I enjoy making. I don't enjoy making, like I don't want to make a key. Like I just want to buy a key. I don't even want to really make the little bags of reindeer dust, although I ended up doing it because of trading standards and having to be sure what was in it. But I bought the labels for it from another crafter just off Etsy. I make little boxes of magic that have tokens inside them that are affirmations, and I make them for Christmas as like an alternative to an advent calendar, and I make them for just kind of general, like a mindset type gift. And they come in little boxes. So I make the tokens and I stamp them, but they come in beautiful little kind of ribbon boxes and little tiny colorful envelopes all made out of different colors. So it's a real treat on the eye. I don't make any of them because it doesn't light me up. So I buy those of other crafters. So I collaborate with somebody else so that I can offer something that's really beautiful, but I don't have to do it all myself. So as you expand your side hustle, or even as you come up against blocks or obstacles in your side hustle, I want you to think, is this something that another side hustler would love to help me with? Or is this something maybe I could source on Etsy? Because you can, obviously you can source things elsewhere. You can source things on Amazon, and you can go to AliExpress and Panda Hall and the kind of the international suppliers. But we're creating, people aren't buying standard things from us. They want to buy something that's kind of filled with our love, be it a product or a service. So I guess it's mainly product based I'm talking about when I'm talking about kind of purchasing things from abroad. So you can do that. And I like the boxes I get just from a box supplier. I don't have anybody hand make the boxes because it probably would be prohibitively expensive. It might not. I probably should do another trawl of box makers on Etsy. And like I'm sure you probably know, but Etsy has like a supplies side as well as just a front end to Etsy. So you can get lovely handmade supplies that you can then put together and create something. So you don't have to do it all yourself. And when it comes to a service-based business, like my Happy Side Hustle program and the membership that we have, I could say I will get to grips with everything to do with Instagram, and I will get to grips with everything to do with Pinterest, and I'll get to grips with everything to do with LinkedIn, and everything to do with photography, and everything to do with Trello and whatever. I could get myself up to speed in all of those, but I think there's a power in realizing that you don't need to be the expert in everything. You just need to be playing to your talents and then collaborate with experts. So you need to have those connections. You need to have those, you need to be building those relationships. And that's where within the Happy Side Hustle community, there are so many opportunities I see where you can help each other out. And, sometimes someone will be going, oh, I really need, I'm really don't know where to start looking for labels for my thing, and there's somebody else that creates things that could be labeled. Even like I don't do this anymore, but if you start off as a hand stamped business, you could be creating hand stamped beautiful labels for other people that are making something else, where a little metal tag might be, in fact, I've forgotten about this, but one of my friends that I used to work with back in corporate day messaged me a couple of days ago to say she had been tasked with making some wedding favors for a wedding that they're going to at the weekend. She's like, I've only got a few days and they have to be lovely and handmade, and I don't even know where to start, because she's not somebody that necessarily is crafty or, like it's not her thing. So she messaged me going, can you just help me? Like, what would you do if someone asked you for this? What would you do? So I'm like, well, what about this? You could do something with like s'mores, because it's all on they get married at the top of a hill. It sounds beautiful. So I'm like, well, what about something outdoor? You could do kind of toasting s'mores, you could make kits, or you could have something to do with like wildflower seeds, or like wildflower confetti, that type of thing. And she's like, oh right, brilliant. And she's like, but I need to get them in little boxes, and they need to be beautifully, and I only have a couple of days. So I'm like, okay, well, here's the picture of the boxes that I use for my affirmation tokens and my little boxes of magic. I've got supplies of those. So, it probably would be difficult to source those in a couple of days, but I'm happy. She only needed 8. I'm like, I'm happy to send them to you. If you want to come up with a way of filling them. And she's like, oh yeah, and could you make me just little tags for them and send me some ribbon? And on the tags, could you put like the names of the people that get married and the date and a little message and stuff? So I did that. I just sent it to her in a kit. So she's still going to make them up, and she's sourced some. It was funny because she said, I've sourced some bumblebee bombs or something that off. I'm sure she got them either off Etsy or Amazon that could come quickly enough. So I'm not quite sure what that's going to look like, but I'm like, oh, that sounds amazing. And she said, when I make it up, I'll send you the pictures, and I know that it's going to look brilliant, because she's got. She's not just buying those things from Hobbycraft. She's got a little personalized tag, and she's got some ideas there. So there's something here about two minds are better than one. So where you're getting stuck in your side hustle, I want you to just think and go, is there anyone else that I could collaborate here? Now, obviously it might not make sense to collaborate with someone that does exactly the same thing as you, because you're probably, there's enough abundance in the world for everybody, but you might be sort of, making the same things or providing the same service. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. However, there are plenty of people out there that are delivering or making something that is complementary. So for those of you that are looking at, creating boxes, like gift boxes or whatever, I would be going to all the other members of the Happy Side Hustle community and going, I'm going to create a subscription box or a gift box or a pamper box or whatever it is. Who makes things that maybe could go in this? And then all you're doing is you're curating, and you're taking the photographs. And so everything doesn't have to come from you. And even Etsy states that. Etsy, you can't just buy something on Amazon and sell it on Etsy, but and it's the same with Amazon. Amazon Handmade are even more strict with their criteria than Etsy. But for some of the stuff that I sell on Amazon, I don't make it all what I do. For example, I sell cremation jewelry. I've told you before, it's real. Like, I sell loads of jewelry, but the cremation stuff has really taken off. And sometimes you've got no idea. Like, I didn't specifically market it, so that would be the case, but it has. So I sell a little cremation filling kit, which is a funnel and a little sort of poker thing, tiny, and a card that just kind of explains how to do it. And I put it in an organza bag and I put ribbon around it and stuff. Now, I didn't make any of those. Well, I came up with the idea for the card, but that funnel and that little poker, like I didn't craft those from a piece of plastic or a piece of wood. But it's still okay to sell that on Etsy or Amazon, because it's still handmade. You're not just, if you go and buy something in Poundland and you put it on Etsy, that's not okay. And Etsy are not cool with that, and nor are Amazon. But you just don't have to do everything yourself. And the reason why that's in my head is that I think there's just been a brilliant collaboration between me and the lovely Ali Davis, who's just on a masterclass in the Hive. And I just think it worked really well. And last month worked really well with Kimba. And I think just being able to kind of go, right, sometimes it's around the curation, and that's still your business and it's still your side hustle. But also, when that collaboration really helps both of you, it just feels great. Like, it feels great. Like, Ali just said to me, for those of you that are in the Hive, Ali just said to me, I can't believe like some of the people in your group have bought my book. That's totally made my day. Like, she was so excited. And that just seems lovely, because their book's really going to help us. And anyway, I was on a bit of a high from that. I thought I would come on and do the Happy Hustle Show now because I will be in the classroom at 6:30 tonight, and I will be in the Hive at 7:30 tonight, setting our monthly focus. And what I'm going to do is try and summarize some of the stuff that I've got lots of notes that I took down, and I'm going to summarize that for you in your monthly focus pack. So that will be available just before I go live tonight. So anyway, I thought I would do the Happy Hustle Show now, so I had a bit more time because I've got a coaching call myself at 4. How do you access the supply side? So if you just, there's kind of 2 different categories in Etsy. If you just Google Etsy supplies, so when you are selling on Etsy, you either go to, well, to be fair, it used to be quite separate and they have merged it together, but there are shops on Etsy. I'm not actually sure whether they have a separate section now, but there's definitely suppliers. So Etsy allows you to sell as a handmade creator or also a supplier to handmade creators. So if you just search for supply shops, so whatever it is. So for me, if I search for metal stamping supplies, loads and loads of shops come up there. Okay. My thank you card, stamps, stickers, props are all made by small businesses on Etsy and are local. It's definitely been great for engagement. Yeah, it's so nice. It's just so it's so nice to support another small business, isn't it? And it can really add some value to your your offering as well. So the message is, I've just gone over the 15 minutes again, so I'm going to end it here. But the message for you is, if you feel stuck, right? Or if there's something that you just don't really love making, or you don't really love doing in your business, then just think about, okay, how could I do that in a different way? How could I collaborate with somebody else where it's their joy and bring that in so that it's helping both of us, it's helping both of our businesses, because it's a great feeling. Okay. I will leave you on that note, and I will be back with a Happy Hustle Show on Monday. Yeah, even though it's Easter Monday, I'll still be back on Monday if you're around. Okay. Right. Take care, everybody. Bye.